I know we muted.
This is a holiday edition. We could have took this day off, but we refuse.
Nope.
We refuse, man. No matter what, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here no matter what. Greetings and salutations. This is a big one for us. A lot of people's been asking a bunch of questions, so we're gonna get it going. We got surprises today too. We got surprises. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. We here. Ernest is piling in.
Make sure you check out episode 110 too with Wallstreet Trapper, out now. Legendary episode. They call it a classic. Make sure you check that out for sure. That's out right now. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Make sure you subscribe to our Apple and Spotify podcast channels. We just hit 5 million downloads on the podcast channels. So shout out to everybody that listens to the podcast on the podcast channel. Shout out to everybody that checks us out on YouTube. Shout out to all the earners. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I know it is Thanksgiving Eve, so I just want to, give a special shout out to everybody that helped out and donated to any cause, whether it be a school or a shelter. Anybody that gave back, we appreciate you. Anybody that was not able to, we still love you too. It's that time of year. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for all y'all locking in with us. I know some of y'all prepping for tomorrow. I am personally on the eating committee. I am the chairperson of the eating committee. There are some committees that happen in the house. There's a cooking committee and there's a cleanup committee. I might be on both of those, but I'm the chairman of the eating committee. So shout out to everybody that's also on part of that. I see we got our special people in here.
Is she there?
Yeah.
Let's bring her on. Let's get it rocking.
No.
That's not what we're supposed to do.
No. They tripping again.
Yeah, shout out to the hoodie. We about to get it going. Shout out the hoodie.
Oh yeah. Big shout out. Big shout out to Soul Dot, the brand, man. That merch is fine. Let me get the mic out the way so they can clearly see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tie-dye
action.
Tie-dye edition.
Little exclusive action for the boy, man.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy, man.
Collaboration for real, man.
Shout out to Soul Dot, man. He doing his thing.
They got it rocking, man. Everybody asking where we can get it. And if you hit us up, if you go to the merch on the site, they keep moving. Here we go. Here she go right here.
Yeah.
There she go.
What's good, good people? Yeah, man, we don't stop working, man. We never stop working. Holidays, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving. We here, man. We opened up 24 hours. We like a bodega. Hey,
lady.
What's going on?
You gotta unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Nah.
No?
You unmuted yourself?
Yes.
They said they can. Nah, we can't hit.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, it's us.
What's up? Say something now.
Say something else?
You guys can hear me?
There we go.
Okay.
They're gonna do it to us again? Not again. They owe us for the last time. What's going on, lady?
What's up?
Not much. If anybody's not familiar, this is a bonus. Like since it's Thanksgiving, we're going to it's like a meal. Like you just can't have one, you know what I'm saying, dessert. You got to have everything. So we got a lot of surprises today. This is like our surprise for Thanksgiving. So Miss Business is the first guest that ever appeared on Earn Your Leisure. Ever. It's monumental. A lot of people might not know that, but first guest ever for Earn Your Leisure, episode number 7?
Number 8. It's like a bonus trivia.
8, yes.
We got to put number 8 on your shirt.
Number 8.
I need a number 8 on my shirt. I told you guys hoodie going to be my uniform. So make sure that you stand for 8 on the back of it.
That's a fact.
Yep.
So Miss Business is our CPA.
Yeah.
For multiple businesses that we now have, EYL University, our trucking business, a bunch of different stuff. And we wanted to bring her on for a few reasons. We felt it was timely at the end of the year. So first I'll back up and say what this is. So EYL University is our educational platform. And once a week, every single Wednesday, we do a class. And then the last Wednesday of the month, we open it up to the public. It's called open enrollment. So everybody can see for themselves. And if they want to join whatever, it's like, we don't hide our work. We show it. So every week is a different topic. So this week, we're going to talk about a few different things, but I thought it was timely because, I made that post on social media with the cars, with the Range Rovers, with me, Troy, and Matt. We got Range Rovers. And I kind of put like a little thing in there, like, it was done responsibly and we got a business deduction and we save money on taxes and all that. And it just went crazy. A lot of people was asking questions, how you do that, da-da-da-da. And then I'm figuring, since it's the end of the year, it might be some tax questions and things of that nature. So we actually just had our call with you as far as, earn your leisure, our tax strategy and what deductions we plan on taking before the end of the year, things of that nature. So I'm like, all right, so why should we be the only ones privy to this excellent information? Why can't
service?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about the service.
Why can't the whole world be privy to this to this information? And one thing about, our alumni, they never tell us no. They never tell us no. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop some gems. And then we're going to talk about investing afterwards with another one of our guests. But first and foremost, Miss Business, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Of course. Where else would I rather be? The day before Thanksgiving, but with you guys in earnest.
Love it.
I love
somebody said I got the Hugh Hefner business shirt. Now that's just that's satin. That's satin.
That's that good satin, y'all.
That's satin, man.
I told you good merch. It even comes through on the camera.
That's good merch, man. We haven't, you know what I'm saying? You see Troy got the tie-dye shirt.
Yeah, I got get the mic out the way so they can really see
I got the satin sweatsuit like an old 1980s mobster.
That's a fact.
That's all.
Eating shrimp and lobster.
That's a mobster. All I need is my glasses, man.
You didn't bring them today?
No, I didn't bring them today. I didn't bring them today.
Come on, man.
No glasses today.
You know what I'm saying? He's cheating us.
I had to take a break for a minute.
You seen some people doing it?
You know how that go, man.
Talk to him. Spicy.
Follow the leader. But let's get into it, Miss Business. So we the first thing I want to talk to you about a few different things as far as tax planning is concerned. But the first thing that we did, well, not the first thing that we did, but the thing that I want to talk about first is the cars. Because it's one of these things that gets people's attention and everybody has an opinion on it. And it's like, but like I said, everything that we do responsibly, and everything that we do, we share with the public. So, when we was purchasing our cars, and shout out to you, because you were the first person that really, because I had never put a car in a business name before. I always used to just, buy my cars, lease my cars, and put it on my own personal name. Yeah. And
I never even had the opportunity to.
Can I say? Well, I can say what kind of car you got. You got the G-Wagon.
Yeah,
you got the G-Wagon.
Outside in the AMG.
Yeah, Miss Business got the G-Wagon. Big boy, big body. The
AMG G63.
Yeah, I had the G63.
G63. That's what your Ben say.
I mean, if your CPA ain't rolling like that, man, you might need to find a new one.
G63.
Exactly.
That's what your Ben say. That's a fact, man. Spicy. So when I was talking to her and she gave me some game, she like, yeah, I put it under my business account and she kind of like gave me the knowledge on it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a car, so I might as well do the same thing. And it was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Like it literally took me 5 minutes. And the dope part for me is that my bank that I'm getting the financing through is Chase, and I bank with Chase. So on the app, it has like my car payment thing right there, and it's like all I gotta do is just open my Chase app, and it's just automatic for the car payment, straight from the business account. So let's talk about it. So there's two ways that you can accomplish this. Right. Well, first, let's talk about the 6,000 pound rule, because a lot of people was asking about the 6,000 pound rule. They thought that that's what it was. Because if you're not familiar, well, I'll let you. They say I talk too much. You explain it. You explain the 6,000.
You're so smart, Rashad. That's because you're so smart. You can't help it. All right. So let's talk about vehicles, right? So you have your standard vehicles, right? Most vehicles, like Even Range Rovers, G-Wagons, they fall a little under 6,000 pounds, but for the most part, all vehicles fall under about 6,000 pounds. And if you do, and we'll talk, and I also want to talk about the different ways you can go about purchasing your vehicle, right? So you have your financing, then you have your leasing, or you can pick the mileage method, right? Most people are very familiar with the mileage method. However, when you finance your car, when you pretty much purchase your vehicle, it sits as an asset in your business, right? And so when it sits as an asset in your business, anytime you have any type of assets, you get to depreciate them. So when you are depreciating your vehicles, there's certain time frames in terms of years that you get to depreciate it over. So for anyone that isn't familiar, when you depreciate any sort of asset, what you're doing is you're pretty much allocating the cost of whatever asset you've acquired, and you are writing it off over time, right? So with a vehicle, typically standard depreciation years for a vehicle is 7 years. However, there's this thing called bonus depreciation that Trump pretty much wrote into his tax code, where for vehicles that are less than 6,000 pounds, the first year you get to deduct $18,000, right? The second year you get to depreciate 16,000, and then the year after that you get to deduct 9,600, right? In year 3. Then every year after that you get to deduct $5,760 for each year until the value of your asset has been pretty much fully depreciated, right? Meaning that you've captured the full cost of your vehicle. Now, if your vehicle is more than 6,000 pounds, you get to deduct 100% of the vehicle, right? And why that is so important is because sometimes people need those deductions, right? You may say, listen, I purchased this vehicle, it's over 6,000 pounds, I need those write-offs, right? So instead of writing it off over years, you get to write it off 100% in that year. The good thing about bonus depreciation, you can choose to take it, you can choose not to. So let's just say hypothetically, if you were saying, you know what, my vehicle, I want to, I don't want to take advantage of bonus depreciation, right? You will just write it off over years, over, let's say, those 7 years. And why that's important is because in like tax planning sessions, we get to make those decisions, right? So Rashad talked about tax planning, where I sit down with my clients and I kind of find out everything that's going on. And then we get to make the decision on saying, okay, if you finance, okay, should we take advantage of bonus depreciation? Is your vehicle over 6,000 pounds? Is it not? And how we can treat it, right? Another option is leasing your vehicle. So when you lease your vehicle, you get to write 100% of the lease payment off, right? It's like any other expense that you are incurring on a vehicle. Keep in mind if you're financing as well as leasing, you are also able to take deductions such as gas, insurance payments, registration, any sort of car washes, tires, right? You get to write those things off. And I wanted to mention those things because then you have the mileage method that people are very familiar with. So with the mileage method, you pretty much, it's kind of like a quick calculation for, I'm sorry, I keep seeing people ask about pounds. So I can't necessarily tell you how many pounds your vehicles are, but I'm sure if you Google it, you will find out how much your vehicle weighs. So now in regards to the mileage method, that's pretty much the IRS quick way of saying, you know what, if you don't want to keep track and you don't want to write off your payments, or even if you drive a lot and it may be to your best interest, instead of writing off the lease payments or depreciating your vehicle, we'll just do the mileage method. So what that means is you just track your miles from all of your business activities throughout the year, and then you will multiply however many miles that is. For 2019 was 58 cents per mile. Now, the thing that people always make the mistake of when it comes to the mileage method is that they feel they can take the mileage method and then also deduct gas and insurance and all of those things on top of it, but you can't. The idea behind the mileage method is it's kind of like a quick calculation for you to say, you know what, I'm just going to write off my vehicle this way. Something to note is that you have to either take advantage of the mileage method or the actual method, right? So the actual method is writing off your actual expenses, such as, like your lease, your insurance, your gas, all of those things, or you use the mileage method, right? Which is the quick calculation. So I don't think I have any more to really say.
No, real quick, because as I'm listening to you say, and from a CPA standpoint, is it best that, like, if I have a credit card, I allocate that credit card specifically to all those things, right? So that makes it easier to make for bookkeeping. Would that be a good idea?
No, because when we're doing your bookkeeping, we'll be able to allocate that. What you guys should have, and I don't know, I'm going to put this out here. I don't know if you guys have it, but everyone who has a business and you guys have business credit, everyone should have a gas card, right? So if you guys don't have gas cards, you should get gas cards.
A card for gasoline?
Yes, but it's strictly under your business name. So they base it off of your business credit, and that's how you qualify for the gas card. So like I have BP, Shell has gas cards. There's a few different gas companies that issue gas cards, but that is a really good way because you know that card is specifically for gas. There's usually like you'll get a like reduced rates, and then it's a really good way to just kind of keep track of it and build your business credit at the same time. So that's really good.
I didn't even know about the gas card. I learned something. I just learned something just now.
Gotta call my CPA tomorrow. On Friday.
You learn something every day. You learn something every day. So you shouldn't be getting gas, because like right now I'm getting gas just on my regular credit card. I shouldn't be doing that.
Everything should be under your business name, and that's something very important. So when you say under your credit card, is it your personal credit card or a business credit card?
The gas is my personal credit card.
Personal. So yeah, you need a business credit card. So it should either be under your business gas card or your business credit card. And I'm glad that you said that, because that is the number one struggle that I have with business owners, is that we commingle our funds, right? We take our personal funds, our personal credit, and we pay for things on the business side. And we have to start looking and treating our businesses like separate people, right? Like you would never come and pay my bills. I would never come and pay your bills, right? And you just have to kind of look at your entity like that as well, right? Like your entity has their own, has its own legal name. It has its own EIN number that acts as a social security number, right? So you definitely should not be paying for your gas. Now that you have the car under your business, you should not be paying for your gas under your personal card. Okay, so I'm happy that you said that.
Noted.
Okay.
I appreciate that. So I should be paying for it for either a business credit card or a business debit card.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What about any other expenses that might come with the car? Everything should be paid for the business?
Everything should be under your business. That car now belongs to your business. So look at it as though like my car, right? Like if I needed tires, you wouldn't come and be like, you know what, I'm going to pay for that. That's kind of like what you're doing. I mean, unless you just wanted to give me like, be nice and generous. But you know, ideally, that's how I like to explain it to people. You know, you just have to separate everything out. That car is not your car. That car is the business car. So you want to take care of all of the expenses underneath the business, maintenance, you know, car registration, inspection, everything related to the car should be under the business name.
Got it.
And yeah, so the 6,000 rule, the Range Rovers range from 4,900 pounds to 5,745 pounds. So the Range Rover is just underneath 6,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we did the we're doing this. We're doing standard or actual?
You're doing actual, right? Actual. You guys are gonna do actual, and you're gonna write off your payment.
Right. So that's why we did actual. But what we are using the 6,000 pound rule for is our truck.
Big truck.
The big truck, not the Range Rover.
Not that truck.
Not the Range
the
Rover.
real truck.
The trucking company.
18-wheeler. So yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yes, so that is definitely a really good perk for my people that get into trucking, where you are able to write off 100% of the vehicle cost. So again, you may need, starting up that business, you may need to write that, write that vehicle off 100% in that year. But again, let's say if we sat down and we were like, you know what? If we kind of take the entire cost of the vehicle, that may put us in a negative, depending on what you're trying to do. You may try to qualify for a home, you may be trying to go for a loan, right? You may not want your, even though when they do loans, they add back depreciation, but you may not want to exhaust all of that expense into for 2020. You may want to kind of keep it on the book so that you can exhaust it over time, right? And that is what's extremely important. And that's why it's important to have these conversations, right? So there's a couple things that I pointed out so far that you need to have the conversation. You need to understand if you're going to do the actual method or the mileage method. You also need to understand if you're going to take advantage of bonus of depreciation or you're not, right? And so those conversations have to be had, and they have to be had ideally before the year is over, right? I have so many clients that I engage, and they're like, yeah, only time I talk to my accountant is January through April. But now that you guys have businesses, you have trucking companies, you real estate, whatever it is, you can't wait until the end of, the next year to talk about taxes.
It's a fact. It's extremely important. And I feel like there's so much stuff that people don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even I didn't know about that, the gas card.
Yeah.
And I'm a financial advisor. So there's so much information out there. And it's like, if you're not properly educated, you can make mistakes. And like I said, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. All you need is the EIN number. You need a business name. So when you get the car, you give them that information.
I think you need the articles of operation.
The articles of operation, your address that you incorporated the business with. And then if the business is like under 10 years, I don't think you could get it just solely on your business. So you have to like be a personal guarantee, whatever.
But even that is good to know. So like, it's good to know that to have good credit too, right? Because if your credit's not great, then you can't be the personal guarantor for your own car.
Yeah. So they run like your personal credit, but it's under your business name.
Right.
So the business is, the car is under the business names, but they run your personal credit.
Exactly.
And it's a vibe.
It really is. Like, just knowing that car, like knowing that my car belongs to my business, it just, I don't know, it feels better. But just to kind of piggyback off of what you guys were saying, it's really important. One, yes, your credit needs to be in shape, right? You have to have your credit together. But to just kind of go through the ways that you can qualify for a car loan. One is completely outright purchasing it through your business name. However, you're not going to be able to outright purchase it under your business name if, one, you don't have established credit or you've never had any big loans, right? So for me, that was the scenario where I had some business credit. I had the taxes, right? So they should be asking for taxes. They ask for your bank statement, right? Because ideally, just how you need to qualify for the loan, they want to see what's going on your business end. So you have to show them bank statements. You have to show them tax returns. But that may not be enough, even if you have the income side, because what they may want to say is, okay, we can't really trust you to give you this big loan because you've never had a loan exclusively in your business name. So that's when you as the individual have to come in and back the business, right? And that can be done in two ways. You can either come in as a co-signer, which you guys were just talking about, or co-applicant, right? And so those are two different things. Like I went in as a co-applicant. I'm not sure if you guys went in as co-signers or co-applicants. Because it's kind of like the difference is that a co-signer, like it doesn't show up on your personal credit, right? But a co-applicant, it does show up, right? It shows up on my personal credit because it's almost like me and my business, we went into the loan together. So that's why it's showing up on my business side as well as my personal side. So I just wanted to point that out, that there are, that's also another way as well that, you will qualify. But again, that's kind of more of a lending thing. From an accounting side, you definitely got to make sure that, you know, your taxes are completed. You have to make sure that it is a situation where, you know, some lenders may request a profit and loss statement, i.e. you'll need to make sure that your bookkeeping is in place, which a lot of business owners, that's like the first thing that they neglect is their bookkeeping. So just being financially set so that you can position yourself to not only save on taxes, but like really build your business credit.
All right, we got a few questions for you, Miss Business. But before we go to the questions, everybody on YouTube, if you could be so kind to hit the like button, greatly appreciate it. And for people that might just be tuning into YouTube that might not know what's going on here, so as I said, EYL University is our educational platform. So we have 70 archived classes, and then we have weekly classes every single week on different topics from different presenters, everything from how to start a marijuana business to car insurance to real estate to
taxes.
To taxes, everything. And then we have monthly financial planning calls with me. We have bi-weekly real estate calls with MG the Mortgage Guy. We have the book club ran by you, movie club ran by you.
Yep.
Private Facebook group. So it's the whole community. It's not an investment club. It's not an investment tips. It's the actual university where you learn. And we're going to actually open our trade department, God willing, in 2021 with the HVAC and like plumbing and stuff like that to try to teach people that.
Skills,
so
man.
Skills is very important. Skills is very important. Yeah. So once a month we do what we call open enrollment to just like open it up to the public and then just, you know, show it and you can, you know, see for yourself. So right now for Black Friday, so the end of Black Friday, we're running a 50% off sale on an annual membership, which is $333. Something like that. Yeah, for the year. $333 for a year. It's like,
I know there's a bunch of people that's like waiting for 9 o'clock to get that PS5.
Sure.
This is like, less than your PS5.
No, it's close to
this is less than that.
So I'm gonna put the link in here. The link is also in the description. So if you wanna do it, the code is EYL50, and you go to EYLUniversity.com and you get 50% off, a couple $100, less than a night out in Atlanta. That's the only place. Atlanta's the only place that's open. So that's the only thing I could really say.
That's a big
ain't no other place open. But part of EYL University is that we get question and answers. So Market Mondays is kind of like a case study in that. You get to, but this is what we do every single week where we bring an expert in the field and then people get to ask them questions. So let's go to a question.
All right, Aaron, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, son? I'm in my car right now. One second. Yo, what's going on? Glad to be on. I appreciate it. You know, I love out here from Cali, straight out, all the way from California.
Shout out to the West Coast.
Market Mondays. Yeah, I've been rocking with y'all since earlier this year, and I can attest to just listening more so and not necessarily taking action on a lot of the gems that you guys, you know, gave out. I missed on a lot, but anyway, one of my questions was, I just created an LLC recently. I got that established. I'm opening up a business bank account next week, probably at the end of the week. One of my questions is, you know, for business credit, that's kind of why I've been holding off on it. I'm currently leveraging personal debt. I have the capital to pay it down if I need to, but like I said, I'm leveraging it for my future. Would you, Ms. Business, would you recommend, or Rashad, would you recommend lowering my personal debt prior to applying for the business credit, and then just re-leverage my personal debt after I establish the business credit?
So what I will say is when you first start establishing your business credit, your personal credit doesn't play a part, meaning that your first step should be getting your DUNS number, creating trade lines with certain companies such as Staples or Quill, trying to get a gas card, looking for other companies that report to Duns and Bradstreet. And that's another thing. You want to make sure that whomever you are working with, not working with, but whomever you decide to get a trade line or a credit card with, you want to ask them the question, do you report to Duns and Bradstreet? For instance, I use Quill.com. I have an office. So I use Quill.com to order like a lot of my office supplies, to order a lot of, I even order like some home supplies. It costs a little bit more, but it's all in the name of me building my business credit. So I don't necessarily feel that you have to reduce your personal credit, your personal debt before going to start establishing your business credit. But what I will say is that, if you down the road you want to go and, purchase a vehicle in your name, you have to keep in mind that that personal debt may be affecting your personal credit score. And because you've never had any big debt underneath your business name, it may be a situation where that will cause you to not qualify for the loan because your DTI or your credit score may be lower, your DTI may be higher, right? So those are just things to consider.
Oh, absolutely. Everything you talked about, I've already, like I said, crossing my T's, dotting my I's. Like I've learned a lot from you guys. I am a member of EYL University. I did purchase your tax 300 tax sheet.
Oh yes, I have a book, guys.
Yes,
300 plus tax deductions.
Yes, I bought that book.
That's what you think. You know your CPA.
I didn't even know you had a book.
You didn't know I had a book?
Oh, man.
Okay.
I didn't know you had a book.
Yes,
I didn't know you
I have a
You gotta
book.
visit the website. You gotta scroll down to the bottom a little bit. You'll see it right there.
Aaron, appreciate you.
Tax code right there.
Thank you, Aaron.
Appreciate you, brother.
Definitely. Since I am on, I don't think there's
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
We got some more. We got some more surprises coming.
We always gotta respect. We gotta respect the guidelines. We have to.
This is a guidelines.
No, we have to.
Shout out to Aaron.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't do that.
Aaron came back.
Don't do that, Aaron. We don't want to. You know what I mean?
Please.
Just in case.
Please.
We love you. Shout out to all the earners.
Respectfully.
You want to take one more?
Yeah.
Let's take one more.
Somebody said in the comments, Miss Business is also hoarding all her videos. What videos? What you guys are talking about?
Chill. Boss, what's going on? You've been unmuted. Unmute yourself. Oh, he know the rules too. That's my guy. Oh, there you go.
I know the rules. What's going on, fellas? I just started at LLC a couple weeks ago. I still got
Yo, boss, we can't hear you.
Boss, can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, you got to put the newspaper down for a sec.
I'm taking notes while you guys talking. You guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
You now. You moving boxes? Christmas, Black Friday.
Moving the turkey around. I hear
Got that PS5. Got the PS5, man.
Trying to hide it.
I'd rather put the money in the Sony stock than get into PS5. So
I respect spicy talk. I love it.
I respect that.
Well, my question is, I'm a little confused about the 6,000 pounds. Like, I'm interested in getting the car under the LLC, particularly something like a RAV4 or some SUV. Like, can you explain more about that?
So a RAV4 definitely. So Range Rovers and G-Wagons are pretty heavy. And way bigger than RAV4. So I can imagine that a RAV4 is not anywhere near 6,000 pounds. So in your case, if you decided to outright buy the vehicle or finance the vehicle, pretty much that will sit as an asset of your business. So what will happen is the first year you'll be able to deduct $18,000, and then the second year you can deduct $16,000. The year after that you can deduct $9,600, and then it goes on and on, right, until you fully exhaust the value of your of the RAV4. So the 6,000 pounds it's for larger vehicles, right? Very heavy vehicles over 6,000. As Rashad said, Range Rovers kind of come in right under, right? Same thing with my G-Wagon. It comes right under that 6,000 pounds, which means that we don't qualify to deduct 100% of the vehicle. We have to go by the depreciation kind of like tiers that I just mentioned to you just now.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey, boss, I want to just give you a huge shout out, man, and a big thanks to you. You are one of those top earners that we always talk about, man. Every time we put something out, you always repost it, and so we make sure that we repost you. So we are thankful for you and your family, man. Be safe out there, all right, brother?
All right, thank you. Likewise, thank you for coming out to Dykeman this weekend. I wish I was back home to meet you guys in person, but keep up the great work.
Dímelo.
Yeah, nah, shout out to the good folks. We was actually up
Who's
there
up there
today.
today?
We
Yeah.
had to give away a TV, and then they got the Disneyland trip, and they got the what else did they get?
iPad.
iPad.
Yeah.
So we gave the winners today. So shout out to all the good folks at Dykeman. Appreciate y'all. Ms. Business, I got a question about this PPP situation.
Yes.
That's a pandemic within itself. In Atlanta.
They coming.
In Atlanta, they running around. That's a
They
whole different
living.
story.
They living.
So this PPP situation was good to a lot of us.
What?
So what's the deal with this repayment situation?
Okay, so now in regards to PPP, it now has come the time everyone has gotten their money. We're waiting to kind of see if there will be a second PPP that will come out. In the Democratic bill before Trump came out and was like, I'm not talking about any of this until the election is over. There was talks about whomever received the PPP to receive a second PPP. So we'll have to kind of stay tuned and see what they decide to do. Congress is going on recess, so honestly, we probably won't hear anything about a second PPP or a stimulus check until the new year. Now, in regards to PPPs that anyone have received, now, well, not right now, but no, right now, we're starting to apply for forgiveness, right? So you either had an 8-week period or a 24-week period to pretty much exhaust all of your PPP funds, right? They went back and forth. First, it started out with 75% had to be allocated to payroll costs. Then they reduced it down to 60% and then said the rest can be made up in either mortgage interest, payments, rent, utilities. But for those of you that received a PPP that's less than 50,000, it pretty much is going to automatically be forgiven. So there's two things that you have to be mindful of. One, when your accountant is doing your taxes, the other good thing about PPP is they said, if it was less than 50,000, keep it. You don't have to report it as income. It pretty much washes, right? However, your taxes have to be correctly done, right? Because you don't want to include it as income. You have to make sure that your expenses are correctly offsetting that income so that at the end of the year, it is, you're not pretty much paying taxes on that money, right? So that was another beautiful thing. Another thing is you still do have to apply for forgiveness. So that is something that my company Brooks Alliance, that's what we're in the process of doing, kind of getting all of our clients that we know got PPP, and we are going to start submitting those applications to make sure, one, that you don't have to pay it back, but then two, that when tax time comes, you're not being taxed on that.
Big time news right there.
Big time.
That's big time.
EYL University, man, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it on the market. And then
Professor Brooks,
I believe that you're going to be a tenured professor for us, right?
Of course.
So what we're going to do with EYL University in 2021, we're making a lot of improvements. We're going to have how many?
8 right now.
We're going to have 8 what we call tenured professors, where once a quarter they're going to teach a class. So Ms. Business is one of the professors that's going to teach a class once a quarter. So it's not like just a one-off.
We got some names.
Oh, we got some big names. It's a real university. No, it's a real school.
No, big town.
It's a real school.
Big town.
We had orientation.
It really is.
Shout out to Janet. Janet, that orientation was crazy. She ain't here right now. Shout out to Janet.
Miss Business is the best in the game, man. What's your book? What is your book information? I didn't even know you had a book.
So my book is 300 plus tax deductions. So I pretty much I actually released it last year, and it pretty much just lists out all of these tax deductions, because the number one question I always get from people is, what can I write off? What can I write off? Right. So what I did was I sat down and I compiled over 300 deductions. I've seen some people in the comment asking where can they get the book. My website is msbusiness101.com, and the book should be right there on the homepage. You should see like an ebook link, but it's good, because that's the number one question I always get. Like, what can I write off? And I'm like, well, you can write off everything with the right process in place, right? So you're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of Miss Business on Earn Your Leisure.
Rightfully so.
In 2021, man.
Rightfully so.
Big things,
Yeah.
big things. Big
Big
things are
things
coming.
is coming.
Yo, that was his patois. You heard it?
Go on. You done know. You done know.
My parents would be screaming on the floor right now.
Shout out to the Jamaican Massive out there, man. They adopted me, man. You know, I'm halfway in the culture. I just ate some Jamaican food today.
Tell them where. Gold Star 219 from White Plains. BX, what up?
The Bronx, man. Dangerous grounds out there.
It got spicy in there for a second. I had to get out of there. I said, yo, let me get my jerk sauce to go. I'll be back.
It's a little dangerous out there. Shout out to the Bronx, man. That's our birthplace, both of our birthplaces.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Soundview. He was born up in Gun Hill.
Yeah, Gun Hill. Shout out to Gun Hill, man. That's where it all started for me. Miss Business, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming in at the last minute, being a pitch hitter for us. We greatly appreciate it. How can the people contact you? What's your social media handles and all that?
So my social media handle across all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, is Miss Business 101. So you guys can email me on my pages, my consultation. So if you guys, I've seen a couple people asking if I'm accepting new clients. I am accepting new clients. So make sure you guys schedule your consultation. Make sure you guys get my book, because I know that you all want to know about all the things that you can write off. So that is in there. If you need to slide in my DMs. I just hired somebody to help me answer my DMs because I like Matt. Matt's like, don't DM me. I'm like, no, DM me. So, however you guys need to get in contact with me.
Matt got an automated message.
What did you say?
That's crazy.
Matt got an automated message.
That's crazy.
In the DM.
Miss Business, thank you. Like I said, I greatly appreciate that. That was a lot of gems. And this is, like I said, this is not a usual EYL University class. This is an all-star. This is an all-star presentation. We had to put some things together at the last minute. So we're gonna bring one person on for a couple minutes. So Miss Business, thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, always love. Always love.
Thank you.
I want to continue to watch.
Oh, yeah. Let's see who we got here. I'm gonna just put you right here to an attendee, and you still in there?
Yeah, let's get my boy on real quick. We always try to over deliver at Earn Your Leisure. We try to over deliver. We want to give you more than what we promised you.
Oh, let's see. Here.
There he goes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He just got to turn his camera on.
Just turn your camera and your mic on, bro.
They might be familiar with this guy.
Hey, what's up?
Man, what's going on?
My God, what's good?
Market Monday legend himself, Quentin Martin. What's up, brother?
I can't call it. I'm getting ready to get these plates on tomorrow.
The eating committee, of course.
Yeah, anybody in the tri-state area, if you got plates, I got aluminum foil. I do drive-by visits.
That's a fact.
I'll come through. I bring my own pans. Don't worry about nothing else. I got you.
Yo, you came through on. We did your episode on Easter last year. You left with a pen.
Yes, sir. Yeah. we had the Sandman.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Going on there. Yeah, I do that. I do work for me. So don't worry about anything else. I got utensils, all that. Don't worry about that. I come for the food.
That's a fact. So it's crazy because EYL University today we promised Wallstreet Trapper, but he had some last minute issues. So he's here now, but it took him a while. So we had to put some things together. But it's a good thing that we're highly connected. Whew. And we put this together on the fly.
Really in these streets.
You don't know who I know. So we just had Miss Business, and now we're about to have Q. Like I said, if you watch Market Mondays, you already know Q. And if you watch Earn Your Leisure, episode 15, the first person ever to talk about stocks was Q. So we just got a couple of investment questions for you, brother. You want to start it off, the IPO situation?
Yeah, well, first I want to give an announcement, man, because we just
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. So as we said, EYL University, one of the changes that we're making for this coming year is that we have a professor series.
Yeah.
And where they teach 4 times a year. Miss Business is part of the professor series.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had to add investment part of it.
Of course.
We got Market Mondays, but we had to add an investment part of it where it's like people can ask questions and stuff like that. So what better person
than the homie,
than the home team, hometown hero.
Nah, man.
So Quentin, you will be part of the EYL professors for 2021, I'm hearing.
sir. Yes, sir. Looking forward to it, man. It's an honor and a pleasure. Honor and a
Gets,
pleasure.
gets better and better, man.
Yeah, that's
Gets
good.
better and better.
I told you we got some things, man. I told you we come up with some names, man. But Q, one of the things, and a lot of people ask us about it, is the IPO game. And we know there's some big hitters coming. We know DoorDash is on its way. We know Roblox is on its way. We know Airbnb is on its way. And one of them I'm looking at too, Affirm. What do we make of it when we're talking about IPOs? How do we invest? When is it a good time to invest? What do we make of the IPO game?
Yeah, I like to play a lot safer than most people because you have the secondary market, right? So the primary market, when it goes through the underwriting and the companies get their hands on the shares, there's a whole bunch of jockeying, a lot of stuff that the average retail investor doesn't know, right? So you see these, a good example would be Snowflake, right? You see Snowflake, $120 IPO, comes to the market at 240, runs to 303, and then retreats back down to 223. And so I like to at least wait a little bit for the company to prove they're profitable. So give it a couple of quarters, even if I'm missing out on certain growth, because as a retail investor, your risk is a lot higher than an institution or somebody who has money. So I always lend on opportunity cost. This doesn't mean like you shouldn't buy it, but what it means is like, I use an example all the time. If you go to a vending machine and something costs $1 and you're hungry, you're like, it's only $1. If I don't like it, whatever, I'll throw it out, right? But if that same item costs $10, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy that because that's 10. I never really had it. You start kind of having different feelings about making that purchase. And I think where it gets shaky with IPOs is just that. Now, if you have $1 million portfolio and you can sit on shares and you have a lot of time, that's different. But if you're taking a decent portion of your capital and throwing it into an IPO, then you're in for a roller coaster ride because you have no control. At that juncture, institutions have control. And so the underwriters, right, they have a certain time period where they can't sell and the people involved in the company. So there's a emotional wave when you first get in, right? Because what if it goes the other way? There's no secondary market to hold it up, right? So there's no like options and prefers and a whole bunch of other stuff that set up trap doors for value. So like when you see like Apple and certain companies, there's almost like trap doors where like, okay, if Apple reverts back to like 110, there are people with like options and prefers and a whole bunch of other things and companies and limit orders that keep that stock propped up and it's not going to retreat too far back. When that IPO comes out, it's going to come up, right? And then what's holding it up, right? Usually information or ideas, but once you let somebody in your house, I call IPOs MTV Cribs. Remember MTV Cribs?
That was a great show.
You used to judge artists though, because there'll be artists that you thought had mad money. The way they was talking greasy on BET.
You remember Redman's Crib?
Yeah, that was that's your crib. That's where you live at. And so once you open the door to your house and you let everybody in, they're gonna find there's dust in the bathroom, there's a piece of lint on the floor. So I like to give IPOs a little bit of time, a quarter or two, even a little longer before I'm fully vested. I want to take a lot of my capital and jump in there just because you have no control. And I don't like as an investor, right? There's ownership and there's control. I don't want to own something that I have no control over to a certain extent. So for me, I play it kind of off unless I have capital that I don't care about. Now, if you have 5 or 10 racks you don't care about and you're going to let it ride, let it ride. But this is not an investment that you're going to have any control in when it comes out. So the Airbnbs that are coming, right? The DoorDashes, all it takes is one bad quarter for that thing to go the other way. And then
let me ask you a question because I find you say that. So the 4 major IPOs that's coming out before the end of the year, DoorDash, Roblox. For people that don't know what Roblox is, that's a huge game.
If you're a parent, you better know what that is. You're getting charged $2.99 a month, if not $9.99 a month.
Wish and Airbnb. Airbnb is interesting because a lot of people wrote them off, but they rallied back extremely strong during COVID.
Yeah.
What I know you're not a fan of investing in IPOs as soon as they come out, but if you had to just say, okay, one is probably the leader in that race, like what's your favorite out of those 4?
I think Airbnb and probably Rollers are somewhere 1A, 1B. Airbnb is kind of revolutionizing the space. We look at as far as travel and part of leisure. And then Roblox, like again, with kids and games and whatnot, right? Like I see a comment on DoorDash. DoorDash is cool, but there's a lot of competition in that space. So I want to look where like I don't want the Rocky theory, but with Airbnb, you get the kind of that Rocky theory with all the big hotels, right? The big hotels on the ropes right now. Like it's like when Rocky fought Drago, like he finally got him. This is their big hotels and all this leisure, all this money they're missing out. They're on the ropes. So the right timing mixed with the right amount of spin could actually help them, right? And so when you look at like the Marriotts, the Hiltons of the world, and you look at like what we're doing now, as far as if the timing is right, it's gonna look like they're a lot better than maybe what they are, right? So if the time is right, if we're able to get an IPO around like that summertime where like everybody's going on vacation, we've gotten the vaccine, stimulus check hits, that momentum can carry them, right? Like that's a momentum that can carry them. So I like their story. I think like DoorDash, again, a lot of competition in that space with a lot of other companies, and there are more people coming, right? They see.
You know what? The thing about Roblox is interesting because somebody's asking like, what's Roblox? It's a computer gaming for kids. They have the same kind of strategy that YouTube has. Their audience will always get younger, right? So like when people like, yo, YouTube will stay around, because the audience always gets younger. The only thing that concerns me about Roblox in this instance is that its rise, right, this year is helped by people being home, right? Kids are home, so they're playing more. And I wonder if that will happen in the next year or two, right? When kids are not home all day.
But if you look at like kids, and it's not our childhood, your mom would say, go outside at 8 in the morning. I don't want to see you until nighttime.
Right.
Kids be inside regardless. Like if kids don't be outside. I live in downtown. I will never see kids outside. Like that's not the same way. Manhunt, not. Yo, kids don't be outside. That you know what I mean. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on. So that's what doesn't worry me about that, because the trend of kids being inside the house doesn't change whether it's COVID or not. You're inside a little bit more, but for the most part, kids are running right to the games. As soon as you hand a kid an iPad or an iPhone, the kid is locked in. That's it. You're at dinner, your child's wild, and here's the phone. He's locked into YouTube. I know 3-year-olds that know how to work a phone like an adult. And so that doesn't necessarily worry me too much.
All right. Any other questions for our esteemed professor?
Oh, we got some hands.
Yeah,
I've never seen this name. All right, let's take this name. Cisco, we come. It's not available. Nadia, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
Nope.
YouTubers, this is what we call a fridge break. Fridge breaks are not allowed here at Alicia University. So we're going to come back to
Arthur. Let's go to
I
Arthur.
see my guy. I haven't heard from him, man. Arthur, what's going on, bro? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's up, bro? Arthur, you there?
Yep, he did.
He did.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you, bro.
Hey, you was good.
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's good, man?
My guy.
Top earner. What's going on, brother?
Calling now. I'm on the road, so I might break up a little bit. I just had a quick question for Q. I know he said he's not a big fan of investing in the IPOs right now, but I just want to get his thoughts on the rise of the direct listing, on his thoughts on the rise of companies using the direct listing as their route to go public versus using the IPO.
I'm a big hater of that. I think me and Ian hold the same sentiment. I think the IPO route is the best route to go for companies because it gives you an idea and it gives them an idea of what they're up against. The direct listing is kind of like getting in the club through the back door. So it's like, all right, you know what I mean? I got on some boots. I can't get in the front. I'm going to go around the side and get on the side door. I don't like that. It sets up a bad precedent for the company, and it doesn't give the market much information on them. So the institutions that you want to be involved in the name aren't necessarily going to be involved in the name. And so, to kind of dump the institutions to go right to the retail, you're putting yourself at a major risk. And so, like, you need the institutional money to prop you up. You need the institutional funds to keep you afloat. You cannot like depend on retail money. I'm not a big fan of it. I know it's worked for some firms, but long term, like when you start seeing them trade differently and we get into a normal market flow, I don't know how much growth is going to be there when you don't go the institutional route of IPOs. I think you kind of have to go the traditional route. And that's why you see a lot of other companies, they're waiting longer so they have better balance sheets. Like Snowflake did the thing where like, all right, we're going to be a senior in college. Like back in the day, you would go to the league after you went to college for 4 years. Now you go into the league outside of high school, right? And then the market has been reversed. We had a lot of companies coming out of high school doing the Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and they weren't ready. And now a lot more companies got hip and they've been basically getting their balance sheets better to come out in IPO. And that's why you're seeing these kind of mature companies come to the market and they're trading better. So it raises my antenna when you don't go the regular route. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you appreciate that question.
Arthur, man, every time you come on, they give you a new name. They now saying that you're the valedictorian of EYL.
Arthur, what's your take on EYL University?
Oh, come on. You already know, fellas. EYL University is the best thing popping out there educationally, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of not just the wealth play, but the community building, all of that that's incorporated with it, I think is very, very key, man. So you guys know I'm a big advocate. I always press for not only for the adults, but for the adults to make sure that they get their kids involved. And then everything that you guys got attached to it, whether it's MG's home buyers course, Wallstreet trappers things, you know what I mean? Obviously, you got Miss Business one-on-one with her book on there. You guys always got good product associated with what you guys bring on. So not only EYLU, but everything that they vouch for is A1. So I give everybody the thumbs up and please go out and support.
Appreciate it. Let me ask you a question, because you used to be a market maker. You're a very smart guy. You've been in finance. Like, what do you think the street value for EYL University is? Like, what's the true price tag on all this?
Ivy League educated dude.
Yeah, I know, Ivy League. All of the stuff that we offer. What do you think the true value is compared to like Ivy League colleges and stuff?
I mean, listen, I'll say like this. Most of those colleges, what you're essentially buying is reputation, not necessarily. It's not so much the information that you're gonna get. What makes Harvard so official is the alumni that have graduated, and now if you graduate from there, you just have a reputation attached to your name. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're the smarter guy. You know what I mean? I think with EYLU, what you're gonna definitely get, and I think this is why I say it's not just about college. This is something that high school and middle school kids should have as well, because this is real world applicable knowledge. It doesn't matter what your career is. It doesn't matter whether you're going to get a job or whether you're going to be an entrepreneur or whether you're a professional athlete. The things that you're going to learn here are real world applicable from day one, whether it's just learning how to save, whether it's developing the mentality that you need to run a business, or the mentality that you need to be a trader, or the mentality that you need simply to pay your bills on time. Like, these are all of the things that you learn that are day one applicable. There are a lot of people who are graduated from Harvard, who have graduated, you know, and I mean, not just to say the Ivies, but graduated from state schools, because them shits ain't cheap either. You know what I mean? And they don't have no real, right now they're struggling. They can't get a job. You know what I mean? Because they don't have a real world applicable, what's the word I'm looking for here? Skill. You know what I mean? And so EYLU is like the generational wealth trade school. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to come out of there, like if you're an electrician, you know you're going to get the work. You come out of EYLU, you're ready to get the work and apply it not only for yourself, but hopefully for your family and your community as well. So I would say value-wise, like, you know, like EYLU is like the Corvette of the supercars. You know what I mean? Like, you could go, like, you got Ferraris and all of that, but you can go, and right now you can basically get you a nice vet for 80 grand, 200 miles an hour, and blow most people out the water. I'm going with EYLU all day. Talk to him.
Vet. I like that, brother.
Talk to him.
Arthur, always a pleasure, my brother. I appreciate you. Quentin, yes. It's been a pleasure, man. Sorry that we couldn't do longer, but he will be back. He will be back, obviously, on Market Mondays, but also 4 times if you missed it. 5 times?
5 times. 5 times a year.
5 times a year?
Yeah,
5 times a year. He will be teaching a class for EYL University, and that Black Friday sale is running up. It's as low as it gets right now, 50% off.
Yeah, that's why I told you it's like a stock price. This is a correction.
50% off right now. And after Black Friday, that sale goes away. Then also the price goes up too. The reason why the price goes up is that we're just adding. We got a full-time employee now. It's not so much of that. We just trying to be greedy. Like, we adding value to it. We got to, we got. Oh,
I just had a dope call too. We're gonna add something that's so fly.
We got a lot. So the link is up there if you're interested. Code EYL50, and we're gonna give out these cash apps. Quentin, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. So, one thing about the pandemic is that it's been tough on a lot of people. Hey, Quentin, how can they follow? Do you want them to follow you?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Mr. Wallstreet. I forget how I spell it. I made it so long ago.
Are you private still?
No. Public. That way I cast the. It was like building up too much, so I apologize. Yeah, Mr.
I think it's Mr. like Mister, right?
Yeah, underscore Wall Street, no spaces.
Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah,
Quentin.
somebody put it in the chat. And you know, I mean, you follow me. Like I said, I'm always here, man. I'm here for the culture. If you got questions, if I can help out, I'm always here to answer questions and just kind of be a staple and add to the conversation.
Shout out to Miss Business. She just put your joint in there.
All right, got you. Mr. underscore Wall.
Yeah.
ST, not Street. ST. Wall ST.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Much love and a blessed holiday to everybody, man.
All right,
absolutely,
man.
My brother.
So yeah, you know, it's been a tough year for people. We was just up in Dykeman. We gave $10,000 TV, trip to Disneyland, all of that, 400 turkeys. But you know, we got a community worldwide. So we figured, you know, last minute thing. I hit Troy. I'm like, yo, how you feel about this? He's like, yeah, why not? So
yes.
We're gonna do $2,000. We're gonna do the first 1,000 now, and then we'll do the first 1,000 at the end.
All right.
We're gonna do 500 to Zoom.
Yeah.
500 to YouTube. We just gonna pick random people. So please do not get upset if you don't get picked. And then we're gonna tell you when it's over, so you can stop putting your Cash App in. I'm just gonna take a few screenshots.
Yeah, I know what to put on the job.
Can we get the Zoom?
Yeah.
You know, hopefully this could, you know, lighten the burden a little bit over the holiday season. We know it's a lot of people that, you know, might be struggling. It's hard times out there for all of us right now, whether it's financially or whether it's just medically, whether it's just mentally trying to cope. So anything that we can do to try to lighten the burden a little bit, you know, man. It's love, man. Earn your leisure. It's nothing like it. Often duplicated. That's a fact. We talk about that later on.
Yeah.
Big Trap.
So separately, I know.
Is he there?
He's there. He's there.
I need, bro. You gotta cut your mic on and your camera on. There you go.
What's good? Big Trap.
Reporting live from the trap.
Live from the trap, man. What's good with you?
Man, listen, man.
Long day?
Man, listen, man. It's been a lot, man. Catching planes, almost missing planes, having to put my foot in the door to make sure I get on the plane, all kind of stuff, man. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's all love. You feel me?
Hey, yo, I heard they putting you in the running for an Oscar, man. That's what I'm hearing out here.
Listen, man. I feel like Denzel on Training Day. Yeah.
That's a fact, man. This is all right, guys. You can officially stop with the Cash Apps.
Yeah, we got 5.
We have 5. We're gonna do it again at the end, so you can officially.
Oh, look at that! It slowed down.
You can officially stop your Cash Apps. We have 5, and then we're gonna do another 5 at the end.
Captain, I see you. I see what you're saying. You got to go to the site.
Yeah. So Wall Street Trap. How you like the pinch hitting that we put together in the 9th inning? We put together a nice show. The last minute, huh? We didn't panic.
You don't know who I know. You feel
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Man, listen,
fact.
man. We
Trap called me. Everybody knows I have high levels of anxiety, and he called me like, "Yo, I'm landing in half an hour. I'm gonna be late."
Oh
like,
man, I don't know. You should have just texted me, bro.
I'm like, what?
You know the rules.
Listen, I know he the one that's gonna be tripping. Yeah, he the one gonna go through all kind of emotions.
Oh my god, he's like, yo, we got. I was sitting with him like, oh my gosh. I'm like, nah, we good. Don't worry, we good.
Oh man, I had my sister trying to get my son a PS5 right now, and I had her waiting on the computer at 9:00, and it sold out in 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, we knew that. The box, you can't compete with box.
If anybody got a PS5, hit me up.
What can you do?
Retail. Please do not take advantage of me. I've fed the culture for a long time.
Disclaimer.
Don't abuse me.
Hey, yo, Chap, that's the new disclaimer.
I've fed the culture for a long time. That's a fact.
I need a PS. This is a public service announcement. I need a PS5 for my son's birthday. If anybody wants to be a good Samaritan, I'm gonna pay for it. I just want to pay retail price.
I got some keys to the city, man. I'm gonna put my trap word down.
Yeah, come on, guys. Look out for me.
Come through for me, please.
Look out for me, man.
Hey, bro, I definitely want to say this, bro, right quick before we go. Bro, we gotta let another 200 people get the 70% off, bro.
Another 2?
Yeah, because I was on a flight, I wasn't able to like get people, and they like couldn't get it, and I'm like, all right, yo. So we gotta let another 200 people get the 70% off. It's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to handling my business on my end. So we gotta let another 200 people get 70% off, bro.
Whatever the boss says, man.
Yo, hey, yo, Mike, you heard him, right? Get the flyer ready.
Whatever the boss says.
I just gotta use, what's fair is fair, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it was I know that was gonna be it, man. And then a couple people who I know, like some of my trappers got it, but I've been moving around so much today. And when one of my lieutenants was like, bruh, this thing got 42 modules. Nah, this crazy. He was going through it. He was like, nah, he literally, and I told y'all that I was like, bro, this probably was like some of the best work. Cause we went into it with a different type of motivation, a different type of intention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We really went into it like, yo, like this what bro, the culture needs something different. You know what I'm saying? The coaching, and we the ones got to give it. And so just doing that, man, I felt like so many people was like, Trap, man, what's up with the 200? And I know we hit the 200. I feel like it wasn't fair because I let y'all people get it and my people wasn't able to get it.
I told you what kind of these earners, man. They ain't playing with it.
Crazy. Yo, I wasn't able to get them because I like to do hand to hand. So I like to send people to my DM so I can like give it to I'm old. I'm like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that. I need hand to hand. I need nickels and dimes. You feel me? I need that. That give me my feeling again. So it's my fault, man. So we got to give another 200 people access to that, bro.
All right, so there it goes. Opened up another 200. I was actually about to announce that it was sold out, and it was about to do. You learn something every day.
Hey, yo, Mike, flyer change.
You learn something. The script changes every second. I was about to say 50% off because the 75% was gone. But I guess it's not going. So another 200, first come first.
Change the script.
Yeah. Change the flyer.
Big Trap. Call me Big Trap. You hear me?
Tonight's full of surprises. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. All right. Well, another 200 people for the Blue Magic, the family pack. And that's Trap's production featuring us. And it's really like a guide to generational wealth, how to make your kid a millionaire. And I always tell people it's not a stock course. It's to sit down, hold your hand, walk you through it. Like, this is a revocable trust. This is how you open it. This is precious metals. This is how you look at this. This is how you evaluate mutual funds, how you evaluate index funds. This is how you evaluate a life insurance. Like, it was cool for me because as an advisor, I have access to stuff that other people don't have access to. So it's like the first time I actually got to sit down and like show people like, this is an illustration. This is how you properly do it. You put more money in here. You do this. You move this around. And it's like a manual. It's more of a manual than anything. And it was just, we did the podcast. The podcast is legendary. But I realized with these things, there's only so much information you can put in a podcast. Yeah. It's like, it's impossible. We have to do like 10 podcasts and like sit down and like have a share screen. So that's what Blue Magic is. Bro, the wealth pack, family pack. And it's out now. What they gotta do? Email, text you, or
what's the word tonight? What they putting in your DM tonight? What's the word?
Plug
Trapper's DM. It's also on our website and in the bio of this video. But Trap, let me ask you a question that I didn't get to ask you on the podcast.
Let's talk about
breaking down a business, right? Mm-hmm. I know you just dropped the ebook and you talked about that as far as like your strategy of breaking down businesses. And like I said, I had that listed on the podcast, but I didn't get a chance to actually on the podcast. So can you talk about that as far as like breaking down a business?
So it's a few, like, so every investor gonna have like certain things they look for when they breaking down a business, man. Shout out to my great aunt with the floor arrangements. Lee, bro, that's how quick I didn't even go to a hotel or nothing. It's things I just can't. I'm looking like the pink flowers is just going crazy.
It looks like a very southern household right now.
Bro. You don't get this in New
Grandmother.
York. Southern.
No, we not.
Black angels, you feel me? We got it all going.
Used to add on. You can't bump that. You can't bump that show.
All you need is the plastic on the couch.
Look, I just got a new one, so we took the plastic off. Yeah.
Ooh, big time.
Feel that.
But basically, so everybody has different things that they look for when they investing, looking for a business or breaking down a business. So for me, I go through multiple angles. Like we talked about moats on a podcast. So one of the things for me, that's first and foremost, I gotta see that. But inside of the ebook, I broke down how to trap during a drought. And the reason why I did that was because during these times, you see a lot of businesses really go out of business. You see a lot of businesses spending their dividends. You see a lot of businesses cutting their dividends. You see a lot of things happening right here, right? And so one of the things I was like, okay, like, how do I give people some things to look for, like exactly to know if this is a good business, or if this is a business they should be in? And so one of the things was operational costs, or operational cash flow, but also there's this acronym called ICR, right? And it just, how can a business, it deals with how can a business pay off make payments on its debt, right? How can businesses make payments on its debt? So most in the financial world, a lot of businesses are gonna have debt. Now we know that I love businesses that have no debt. That's like my go-to. Like if you don't got no debt, it's something I'm really going in for, right? Because a business that doesn't have debt is a business that can't go bankrupt. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's a safety measure. But we all know that businesses use debt as leverage a lot of times. So one of the things we want to do is make sure that the business can pay its debt payments, right? Even if it can't pay the debt down, it can pay the debt payments. And so how do we do that? We look at what's called interest payment ratio, interest coverage ratio, ICR. Like, and what we do is we look at the company's operational cash flow, right? And if the operational cash flow can pay at least the payments, the debt payments, then it's a go ahead for us. So for me, I'm looking at how much debt the business has, and if the debt is paid covered by the operational cash flow. You know what I'm saying? If the debt is covered by those payments, so the money that's coming in, right? The money that's coming in, can they take a portion of that money and pay the debt and still be functional? If they can still do that, then I'm good. So that's one of the important things for me when I'm looking at a business that does have debt. Can they make those payments? And then the next thing I need to know is how long is it going to take for them to pay that debt off? That's another important thing for me, is because I need to see if you can pay that debt off within 3 years, 5 years max, but 3 years is a good time for me, right? That means management doing a great job at using debt to leverage the debt, but also not taking too much of the debt into play. You know what I'm saying? Not over leveraging themselves, right? Because we're going to use debt to leverage. And then now we can use debt as return on invested, return on equity, which means management now is using shareholder equity to build the business, but also give us great returns on our money. So those are two great metrics that I go in on when I'm looking at a business, because that shows me, one, management can, it's all like, even we use debt, we get some real estate. Sometimes they'll say it's good to use other people's money. So I don't have a problem with that. But now I need to know, can you make those payments? And if you're going to use that, or if you're going to use my capital to make other investments, can you give me a good return on my investment?
Yo, one of the things that you love to do when investing is the dividend play. And I while you was taping it, I was like, yo, he just spit a whole bar in my head. I didn't want to say it out loud. I didn't want to mess you up. I'm like, yo, you talked about drip. And like in our culture, we know drip is getting fly. But when it comes to dividends, it's a whole different play. And I'm wondering, like, I think if we get this out there, it's going to change the game, right? If we talking about drip. Can you explain what that is?
I'm about to say that drip is that EYL University drip.
Oh, we got that too.
That tie-dye drip.
You dig.
That in sweatsuit drip.
You dig.
That trapper attire.
It's required
hoodie.
Drip. That family pack, the real drip.
The only drip I know.
It's the only drip. So this is called dividend reinvestment plan. And every Friday in Travelers Anonymous, we do this. What we do is we take one company, and it's called DRIP, literally DRIP. And what we do is we break down a company that has been dripping for a long time. You know what I'm saying? A company that we don't, you dig, that's been dripping, you dig, and that doesn't mind, that we don't mind letting drip for us over the long term. Right. So what we want to do is DRIP is dividend reinvestment plan. And the dope part about that is this, right? So a lot of times people are like, yo, I want to get the dividends. I want to get the dividends. Right. So you get the dividends. And let's just be real. You're going to need, a nice amount of dividends to really take, like Warren Buffett, I think last quarter, he got, I think, $68 million in dividends. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that go over your head. Right. So one of the things we can do with dividend reinvesting is we can use the money from the business, right? The dividends from the business to buy us more shares of the business. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that again. We can use the money from the business, from dividends, to buy us more shares of the business. So how do we do that? Okay, so we figure out how much dividends that this company is paying every month, or if they're paying every month or every quarter. We find out how many dividends, what they're paying us. So if they're paying us 50 cents a quarter, then that means they're paying us $2 a year, right? So if they're paying us $2 a year, then we ask ourselves, how many shares of the business do we need for the business to buy us one share of itself? And then we break that down. How many shares of the business do I need for the business to buy me 2 shares of itself? And that's one of the things, I enjoy doing. Like when I look for a business, the first thing I'm gonna ask myself once I did all my homework, if they do pay a dividend, how many shares of the business do I need for it to start buying me 2, 3, 4 shares of itself? Because now I don't gotta use that. I don't gotta keep on adding to that position. I can just let that business just keep dripping for me over time. And then once you get older, and remember, wealth is a long-term game, right? So now I ask myself, okay, well, I'm 20, 30, 40 years old. I may don't need that money. I can just plug it in. But when you get 50 and 60, you may say, you know what? I want this to be another stream of income for me. Boom, now you don't got to let it drip no more. Now you can actually use that money to be a source of income. So you use the company as itself, right? You pimp the company. You let the company buy more shares of itself for you. And then when you finish with it buying more shares of itself for you, you let the company just drip out cash flow to you. So now it becomes cash flow.
Real drip.
Best in the business, man. Trapper talking that talk, man.
Yeah, man.
Trapper talking that talk. Can we get some questions?
Yeah, let's go to Michael. Michael, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
What's going on, fellas?
Everything great. How
you,
you,
bro? How you?
I'm cooling. Hey, listen, I wanted to ask, as far as your brokerage account, would it be better to be put under your LLC? As far as, when y'all talk about keeping things out of your name?
Trap, you want to talk about that, or?
Well, I never did it in the LLC. It's always in my name, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm about to do is I'm about to put all of my stuff again. So I had the trust and stuff set up. So I'm about to try to navigate all that under there. But I guess it's up to you. Rashad will probably tell you that because he's a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? He could take you to glory. I could just take you to the trap house, man. A lot of people do that, but I'll let Rashad cover that.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily that the LLC really makes that much of a difference as far as because the LLC is pass through. You gotta go through your personal taxes anyway, unless you want to put it in a trust, and that's something that we talked about on the wealth pack as well, family pack as well, is the trust. So sometimes depending on like if you have estate tax issues, like we talked about that with the irrevocable life insurance trust, and we talked about the Dynasty Trust also, whereas that's how you. yeah, that was crazy. Trap put me on to that. And you can take the assets out of your estate. And a lot of times people do that because like very wealthy people, when you have too much money, then you have estate tax issues and things of that nature. And people don't even realize that there's actually an estate tax. And because we used to just like capital gains tax and personal income tax, but there's an estate tax. So like very wealthy people, you have to pay an estate tax like when you die. And this is why, like, if they don't plan properly, like you see, like a lot of musicians and stuff like that, where like they have estate sales.
Yeah, we saw it. Prince didn't have Aretha Franklin, a bunch of people.
Yeah, the estate.
Oh, go ahead, Rashad. My bad.
Jimi Hendrix. There's a long list of entertainers that didn't have wills and didn't have life insurance, didn't have trust set up, and now they have to have estate tax sales. Elvis Presley, so they sell like their memorabilia, their guitars, really cheap because they owe the government estate tax. So planning is to take the money out of your personal and put it in the trust. And the trust is like an outside entity. It's like its own separate person.
Big trust.
So yeah, big trust. So when you die, the trust can pay the beneficiaries, your heirs, like so the money can come, or you can actually receive money from the trust, but it's taken out of your own personal. So at a certain point, you want to take as much money out of your own personal as possible. So this is why people do, like we even talked about it yesterday on Trapping Tuesdays a little bit, charitable remainder trust, where it's like you could put money in and you lower your taxable income and the money goes to charity. So I mean, there's so many different levels to it. That's why I said like it's like we can give stocks all day. We give stocks every Monday on Market Mondays. We give stocks.
It's different.
Trapping to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's literally the easiest thing to do. And we already said how you can get stocks. Like, you could just go to an ETF, look at the top performing stocks in the ETF, and that's a good start list right there. Like, to give stocks is not really you're not an oracle if you can just give somebody stocks. It's not easy that's easy to do. How you breaking it down? Like, are you showing them like how to actually protect the wealth? Are you showing them agriculture plays? Are you showing them family plays? Are you
agriculture?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Shy getting spicy now.
Nah, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Real talk.
It's real talk. It's real talk. So you know, that's one of the things that we did with the family pack is just broke all of that stuff down because it's levels to it. And if you on the first level and you don't want to do it, that's cool. You can just tap into YouTube, tap into the podcast, and then just watch Instagram. But it's just, you know, sometimes in life you just want a higher level. It's like if you go to college, you know what I mean? Like you might just want to go to college for a higher level education. Yeah. And that's pretty much what it is. Like institutions, there's been institutions around for years. Yeah. It's nothing new. Harvard, nobody's ever discredited Harvard. I've never seen anybody discredit Yale. You can't discredit the Black entrepreneur on Instagram. Right. Don't discredit Wall Street Trapper because he has a course for a couple $100. If you discredit Wall Street Trapper because he got a course for a couple $100, you got to tell every parent in America not to send their kids to college. That's a very irresponsible thing to do. That's a very irresponsible thing to do. Whether you think college is right or wrong, if you tell every single parent in America not to send your kids to college, that's a very irresponsible thing to do. So you fine with Harvard charging $50,000 a year, but you have a problem with the Black entrepreneur who did 10 years in jail, who worked his way up from the crane to charge $500 because a lot of them never did that. A lot of them never did that. Their life is different. He lost 10 years. He could charge whatever he want. Nobody making people pay for it. So if you got a problem with the Black entrepreneur, say the same thing about Harvard, the same thing about Stanford, the same thing about NYU.
This is a message from Earn Your Leisure.
But you know what else was shot too?
Oh my God, I even know you were still there, bro.
I'm still on the line, baby.
Yo, go ahead, bro.
98% of the people who get stuff for free don't even do nothing with it.
Facts.
Big fact.
Those people who got to come out of pocket or work to really get whatever it is, they the ones that do something with it.
Facts.
You know, Cal, we appreciate you, bro.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about what we're doing, man. Like watching this and recording this and just listening to the amount of information, man. It was like, yo, damn, I need to apply some of these things. And I think what people really enjoy is watching us do these things in real time. So like when we set up a custodial account, we really setting up the custodial account. Right? When we we're using mutual funds to invest, like we really doing these things. And like we telling people because like we're learning it and you know how we do this. Once we learn something, we teach it. That's our obligation.
What Jay-Z said, feel nice, worth billions. You still brought those kicks. Spotify's not trillion. You ain't say the only one they hating on look the same as you.
Lucy got some explaining to do. The only ones they hating on is the same ones that look like you.
The only ones they hating on look the same as you. Nipsey Hussle sold his mixtape for $100.
Talk to him.
Rest in peace. A lot of these people never did that. They never had to go through the struggle. Wall Street Trapper was on 500 feet in the air.
Big trapping.
You kidding me? You're going to try to criticize somebody for selling something that he had to literally stay and sit down for 14 hours to build that education?
Fall asleep with the books on his chest, wake up with the books on his chest. I'm going to talk to him, Trap.
Y'all got life. I'm
going to talk to him for you.
They got life mixed up. Man.
Woke up with the book on his chest. Fell asleep. Nah, we got to stay with this book. Nah, but Sherry, I'll mute you.
Sorry for my rant.
I
It's
appreciate
a lot of hatred going on that I'm seeing. And you know, Troy, he's more level-headed than me.
Dang.
We want Jesus. Nah. Dig him up.
Is you know, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like we went through a lot to put this up. You know what I'm saying? I bet on myself every time. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily gave up. But when I saw this change my life, I was just like, yo, I can get this message to so many people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I really went in the beginning. I just wanted to talk to hustlers. I just wanted to talk to some dudes from the street. This ain't nothing against nobody, because I just understood. I understood they was gonna appreciate it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's nothing against nobody, but I wanted to tell dudes from the street how to do what I was doing, because I knew they was gonna appreciate it. I knew they was looking for a way out. I knew they was looking for ways to put money in better situations. I knew we wasn't really on nothing but just getting it out the mud every day, all day. So I was like, yo, it's a whole nother set of gangsters out here playing this game, but nobody don't want to talk to us. So let me be the voice. You know what I'm saying? Let me show dudes who come from how I come from. Let me show them, like, yo, this is what we can do with this bread, family. Like, we can really build well. Because I remember I said in the first episode, I said, man, nobody don't touch no more money than a dude in the street when it comes to in and out, in and out, in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we doing money every day, but we ain't doing nothing with it. So that was my goal. I'm not gonna lie, like, because most of the people who always have something to say about what's going on, I'm not gonna lie, it's people who never been through the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I had a dude tell me the other day, the Jewish people give all these people the knowledge. Why you? And I was like, all right, yo, and thank you for a shot, because he always tell me, man, sometimes you just can't say nothing, Trap. You just got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because I really be wanting to get in the comments and, like, tussle with people, you know what I'm saying? But Rashad be like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to just do it for the trappers, man. I'm not going to lie. I stick to who I am. I stick to it. And a lot of people do feel like, I saw people say that before, like, this dude did 10 years in prison. Let me tell you something, yo. Don't discredit a dude because he went to prison, family. You know what I'm saying? I know some of the smartest people in the world in prison, but we all got circumstances. Sometimes you be willing to risk your life for your family. You be willing to risk your life to do certain things when you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for somebody to say, well, you can just go get a job. Well, tell somebody who's been an entrepreneur all their life to go get a job, right? And see how they look at you. See how they're willing to sacrifice everything they have, right? So for me, when I had my daughter, it was like, all right, I got to change the game. Like, I can't be in the streets no more. I got to do something different. But the hustler and that nature was still in me. I still wanted to get my message to the people who I knew nobody wanted to talk to. And just as time passed, I was able to, bring more people and people from all different sectors, working class, whatever. And I appreciate all that love, yo. But initially, I'm just going to be real. It was all about the streets for me. It was all about the hustles for me. Because we ain't know nothing. We ain't know nothing about no checkbook. We ain't know about no stock account. Nobody got no money in the bank, everything in the mattress. You know what I'm saying? Everything under the mat, in a brown, in a Nike box. The Jordan box become the safe. You know what I'm saying? The Reebok sodas in New Orleans become the safe deposit box. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's always going to be, the underlying and the catalyst to why I do what I do. Anybody else that come along the journey, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we can't never lead a dude. Like, so this dude said in the comments one time, he said, why would I try to help why would I try to help somebody who don't want to do better? You know what I'm saying? He was talking about dudes from the street. And I was like, that's exactly why, because you have the knowledge. What if somebody would have gave up on me? You know what I'm saying? What if Rashad and Troy was like, and I'm going to be real with you. And then I'm going to just go, like, my bro from Hood Estates, right? When I first got linked up with him, right? When we started running, we started getting cool. The first time I met him, somebody in his camp said, man, that dude been in prison for attempt murder, bro. Why are you bringing that dude over here? Real talk. And now he become like a big brother. And that same person who told him that, he's no longer around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got that bad, man, and just want to just be on each other so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not, we looking at the person and not looking at the message, man. And that's what I love about y'all, man. Y'all embrace me like a brother. No, nothing. Anywhere I go, it ain't Hickle. It's like, it's my brother, Wall Street Trapper, man. So I just want to.
Nah, that's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. Hey, yo, this Wall Street Trapper right here.
Yeah. Nah, it's a fact, man. But let's go to a few more questions. But that's just how we rock, man. Sorry to get off on a little tangent, but
they calling you silk suit Shotty right now.
Nah,
they say when silk suit Shotty come on, it's gonna be a problem.
Hey,
you understand?
Right now. It's the same.
And it's never no beef, but like I said, what they say, your beef is mine. Anybody that speaks bad about Wall Street Trapper speaks bad about Earn Your Leisure. And that's how we rocking.
Trap, I told them if they got beef, they on their own. I ain't even know. They on their own, bro. We on a mission.
Dudes is faker than the $100 bill, man. The new $100, man.
Oh, Sherry, I thank you for being so patient. You still there?
Of course. I ain't going nowhere.
We appreciate
what's going on.
Good evening, distinguished deans and professors of EYL University.
Love is love.
I'm super grateful for the episode y'all dropped on Monday. Trap, I really needed those gems you were dropping regarding dollar cost averaging versus buying on the dips. I was really confused about how to move forward. They both seem appealing, but I totally am on board and get the dollar cost averaging for the ETFs and then buying on the dips for the individual stocks. So I really appreciate that.
Righteous queen.
But my question is, so currently, before I found y'all, but when you know better, you do better. So before I found y'all, I had a bunch of individual stocks. So I've been listening to, Ian, Trapper, EYL, Mark, so in general, I'm on board with the buy 2 ETFs, and then, buy a few individual stocks, but keep it limited and, don't build your own mutual fund of individual stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So the situation I'm in right now is I've already bought a bunch of individual stocks and I actually like them. I actually don't, I'm confused on whether to sell them and whittle it down and, build up the shares that I have, because I only have a few shares of them, but I have stuff like Apple, Home Depot, Baba, Boeing, 3M, Disney, Coca-Cola, and I bought them, some of them I had before Corona, and some of them I bought in March, April. So, they all up like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% right now. So I'm
Good
just
problem to have.
confused.
I'm like, what's the
I
problem?
know, right? Right. So, and that's why, and I just bought Trapper's
So you trying to see if you should skim down on your position?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should sell off some and build up the shares in the ones that I keep, or do I keep all of them and try to build up the shares in all of them? Because my funds are not, I don't have unlimited funds. So I'm trying to figure out where do I go from here?
That into existence. We ain't even gonna say we not. We're gonna speak unlimited abundance into your life right quick, Queen.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was my bad.
So what I think, so answer this question for me. How many stocks, individual stocks, do you have right now? Can you just off top of your head? 10, 12, 15?
At least 10.
That's good. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's good. Like an index fund, you talking about 40, 50 stocks in that thing. You know what I'm saying? You're okay with that, Queen. And then you got some good stocks. You have great value stocks right there, right? So they're gonna perform well for you over time. So you don't have to sell at all. What I would tell you to do is, you do have a couple ETFs, right?
Well, so in my brokerage account, I only have one. It's a healthcare, but in my retirement, I have a bunch.
Okay, so let's break that down. So we got two accounts. We got a retirement account, and then you have your brokerage account, right?
Yes.
So your retirement account, it should be more long term, right?
Yes.
All right, and then your broker. So that's what you can do now. So let's do this. In your retirement account, that's where all the stocks at, or that's where your ETFs at?
Yeah, that's where all the ETF. Well, that's where all the mutual funds / ETFs. I only have the individual stocks in my brokerage.
All right, cool. So what you can do is you can pay your brokerage account you can make sure you drip all those, right? So because what that's going to do is that's going to amplify your returns, and then you could just you could just reinvest all your dividends in your brokerage account. That's going to amplify your returns, right? That's really why you up the way you up too. You know what I'm saying? People always forget about that. When you reinvest the dividends, it helps increase your percentage of going up. It helps increase your returns, right? So take that. And then in your retirement account, just let them be long-term. Let them be what it be. But if you got 10 stocks in that 10 and 12 stocks, you good. And I will say don't go over like 20. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go that heavy. Then you starting to look like an ETF at this point. You know what I'm saying? But if you won't do that, then just open you up another account. So one of the things I often tell people is to do this. It's okay to have multiple accounts for different things. Right? I have an account I'm about to put money in. It's going to be straight for dividends. I'm about to add that to my group. It's going to be just a dividend account. That's all it's for. And then I have another account where I'm more aggressive and shy. Are you okay over there?
I'm good.
I'll be careful how you sneeze out here.
And then I have another account, and I actually have 3 accounts. So one of my accounts is my Roth Ira account, right? And it's just straight. It's I can't get it till I'm 65. So actually, in that account, I actually take a little more risk than I would any other time. But because I know I have nothing but time, right? But it's not much. It's only 5%. It's mostly just long-term good plays. But I have in my regular account, I really take way more risk than normal because I'm playing it for that, right? And then I'm gonna just have a dividend account. So it's okay to have those, but just have an idea of what you want them to do. That's one of the things we won't be real intentional with what we're doing, right? The more intentional you are, the clearer your vision becomes as an investor. Make sense?
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, hold on to those, Chad.
Let's go.
Wait, where you from? Where you from?
New Orleans, you know this.
I
I
I'm
know.
heard
from
it.
New Orleans.
I just
I'm
want to
from
hear.
New Orleans.
I know. I just wanted Trapper to. I just wanted Trapper
No,
to
but
hear
I'm
you.
saying me and Trapper got a lot in common from New Orleans, living in Atlanta.
You feel
Just
me?
Ooh.
saying.
You feel me?
I
Look,
just
Where's the
want to hear.
meetup? Where's
I
the
knew
outdoor
it.
meetup with the mask on?
when New Orleans talk, we just know each other, yo. We just know it. You
I
feel
just
me?
wanted you to hear it, Trapper. I know where she from.
All right. Definitely.
Thank
Queen,
you.
That's on the strength of EYL. Queen, if you ever see me, man, we can link up. It's all good. We can have to sit down. It's all love.
Let's get a few more questions before. Shout out to Ian on the check-in.
Yo, Ian St. Patrick is checked in. He said, just keep it. You good, sis. Let's go to Jeremy. Jeremy Poole, we coming to you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's good, my guy?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. I missed out on the book club. I just started a new
I'm
job
looking
and
like,
all
yo,
that.
I ain't see you on Sunday. It's all love, bro.
Yeah. Anyone that missed that, they got to. That's a community of love and empowerment for sure, right there.
Yeah, and you definitely add to it, man. So shout out to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, Trap, man. Like, I just honestly, like, what you do and what you continue to do is like, it's inspirational. So like, that's just what I got to start, because your story is my story, man. So my real question really is like, what was the hardest tapping into like a new mindset? Because retaining wealth is way different than the street life of surviving and trying to thrive and hold it. So like that's the key. Cause now like I've been out for the last 5 and just, yeah, I appreciate that. I've been out for the last 5 and it's been like 9 to 5, check to check. And I've learned to be cool with that right now. I've learned not to chase. I learned to stick to the script, play by the rules, and live a life of purpose now. But really, what's the mindset that you went from the survival to thriving, to hold on to the wealth?
So good, man. That's literally, that was it for me. So how I was able to make the switch, I'm not gonna lie, I had to just tell myself like, man, this ain't it. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want you to just settle for where you at if you know that ain't what you want. Like, cause hustler to hustler, like you a hustler. Like you cool with betting on yourself, right? You cool with betting on yourself. All we gotta do now is find something else for you to bet on yourself with. You feel me? Like, don't up that hustler spirit, bro. Like, a lot of people don't have that. I'm gonna just be real with you. People ask me all the time, like even my sister, she be like, bro, you don't stop. I'm like, man, I'm a hustler, man. Like, I know how to get it. Like, that's what keep me going. That's what's gonna separate me. That's what's gonna separate you from a lot of people, man. You got that, but you gotta find something else you're willing to. And then you saying like you willing to build a wealth. It's somebody out here need to hear you. You feel what I'm saying? Just like people hear me all the time, right? It's somebody out here need to hear you. It's something you real good at. The hustle was just one product. You need to find another product. But the mindset for me was, it was simple. It was like, okay, I need to do something bigger than me. And what helped me, I'm not gonna lie, was my daughter. Right? That was it. That was the humble for me. That was the like, oh, okay, this is how we do it. And then it started saying, I gotta do something that's bigger than myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know I'm hustling, I'm grinding, I know I was willing to risk my life every day, all that, that's because I ain't had no kid. Like, once I had my kid, it was like, okay, somebody really need me here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like, I felt like, okay, somebody, like, I didn't want her to run across at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, no sugarcoating it. I didn't want her to run across at me at 25, 26, 27. I didn't want her to run across at me. I didn't want this world to dictate to her how she's supposed to live her life. Like, and I knew I had to be here for that. Right. So now it was becoming, okay, how do I transform the mindset and always look at her? I literally just sent my daughter mama a picture of a video of my daughter when she was 3. I often look at those because they keep me humble. You know what I'm saying? So find a purpose that's bigger than you. Understand that the wealth is going to change your mindset. It's going to change your life. I promise you this, fam. Like, once you start attaining wealth, it changes your mindset. You already a hustler. You sound you a hustler from old like me, right? So, you know, a lot of the stuff that go on a day, you not with. So you got a different type of principles. You know what I'm saying? You got a different type of vision that a lot of people don't have. Don't let that lay dormant. I promise you, King. Don't let that lay dormant. That's
Yeah, I'm tapped in already, man. Like my whole shit is just helping people that's been in our situation. I work with addicts. Like I found my purpose, like definitely, and I've been building on that. It's just again, like it's sometimes worrying about that survival piece, you know, because I got 2 little ones too, man.
Yeah, that's it.
So I get it, man. Like that's love for real. That's real love. Like I get it. Just be patient, stay in my lane, stick to the script.
Because what happens is we get, you know, and I'm gonna be real, even in being in the streets, we have a level of patience, right? We know what the next thing is. Like for me, when I was doing one thing, like my goal was to get to the next level. Like, and I'm gonna just talk, like when I was getting a quarter, it was like, all right, I gotta get an ounce. You know, and I would have to go back and forth till I had enough to get an ounce. And I got an ounce, I'm like, all right, the next thing is to get a 2 1/4. Like, all right, cool. The next thing is to get a 4 1/2. All right, cool. The next thing is to get a 9 piece. All right, cool. The next thing is to get a brick, but I never got to it. But so you have a level of patience. The hustle, the goal is in front of you. What your next level is. Start asking yourself, what's the next level, right? What's the next level you're trying to go to? Don't see the whole thing. Sometimes, even in Ray Dalio's book, he says sometimes you got bigger picture thinkers, and you see people who see it from level to level. It's okay to see it from level to level, right? Because your next level, that's gonna motivate you, right? Sometimes people quit the race because they can't see the finish line. But in the relay race, right, that's why Nip says it's a marathon, not a sprint. In the relay race, all you're looking for is to go to the next person and get a baton to. Your kids are the person you're giving a baton to. So now let's just get you to the next level every time, right? And that's gonna and I'm just giving you what keep me at that place. And then start putting yourself around people who can feed you. That's why I love Rashad and Troy so much. They feed. Troy called me at 11 o'clock the day. I was in my house building the desk, and he was like, you look like me. And we immediately started having a conversation about investing and things like that. So that's the next important thing. You need to be, so you're a good seed, but you right now, I'm not gonna say you're in bad soil, but the soil you in is not nurturing you right now. So you got to get in something, you got to get around people who are willing to nurture you and help you build on where you at.
You came to the right place. He came to the right place. That's our guy, man. Like I said, Jeremy, I knew you wasn't there because I missed your presence, man. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, bro.
God bless you. God bless your family.
Anytime, man, you want to shoot, man, shoot me in the DM, man. I don't mind having that conversation.
Jassandra, we coming to you. I haven't seen that name before. Hopefully I got it right.
Ian, appreciate the super chat love, brother. Appreciate Susie, appreciate the super chat love. TC, appreciate the super chat love.
Jassandra, wait, she there? Yeah, you there? All right, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did. Yes, thank you.
She got good energy, man.
I am so excited. I'm a new earner. I've probably been with you guys for about a month, and I'm just soaking everything in. It's just it's a little bit overwhelming, but I'm excited. I have a question about. I kind of started dabbling in stocks in August, and I have, unfortunately, quite a few. I have like 24 stocks, and I know I need to pare them down. I'm up about 4K since August, and so I'm trying to. I have a small IRA, but I was trying to figure out how to take the capital, like what's the best move to take like capital gains and have it reinvest if I'm invested in stocks that aren't dividends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Say it.
So I have stocks that have that I've gotten some gains on, right? But they're not necessarily dividend stocks. Like either they don't have like quarterly dividends or whatever.
Okay.
So how do I, without, like use the money that I have in there to buy more stocks?
She wants to sell her profit. She wants to sell her stock profit to buy more stocks, right?
Okay. Yes. How do I do?
So companies that even if you don't pay dividends, you still pay capital gains once you see a profit, right? So if you have, I would say this though, like make sure you hold it for a year and a day first.
Please do.
Like let's hold it. Yeah, let's hold it for a year and a day first, so we can bring those gains down. But I will say, if with 24 stocks, that means you probably have some stocks in the same sector, you doubling up. So let's go with the best pick in each sector, your best feeling in each sector. Let's kind of get that down to at least between 8 and 12.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
You don't need 24. You're doubling up. I know you're doubling up. So let's kind of between 8 and 12. Let's get it between 8 and 12. So let's get your best 12.
Okay.
Let's get your best 12.
Okay.
Or 8 to 12, depending on what sector you're in. And then let's focus on that. So now what you sell off, and this is why I'm telling you, narrow it down to 8 to 12, because what happens is this. You now, the 12 that you will sell, you take those profits and put them in your best 8 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And you'll maximize that, right? And if it's a dividend stock, then you now just put a little extra boost to it, because now that's gonna bring your gains up a little more.
Cassandra, you're not alone in that. Like when I was investing, I was looking at my portfolio and I was like, yo, I had Qualcomm, I had TSM. I was just like, I had them all. I was just like, yo, NVIDIA, AMD. I'm like, yo, I got 5 semiconductors.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It was like, when you start looking at it, like, yo, what sector am I really doing? Like, take the two best. Take the two best.
Yeah. Don't. And when you have a lot of times when people have that many stocks, they doubling tripling up in certain sectors. You don't have to do that, right? And if you want double and triple up in a sector like that, then just get the ETF. But if you want maximize gains, pick one stock. You know what I'm saying? So you in a semiconductor stock, pick one. And if you really just say, I love this sector, then just get the ETF as well. You know what I'm saying? And now you can mitigate the risk with the ETF and still get it. Extra Shy, he loves SMH every day. I gotta hear him say, I'm moving with it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely we want to cut that 24 down to at least 8 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And then pick your best 12.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, you know, what I was doing was just buying things that like I'm a consumer of and thinking, well, if I'm going to keep them in business and the stock's doing like halfway decent, then, you know, that was kind of my strategy, which obviously I know that that's not a good strategy now that I've been, you know, introduced to you guys. So I'm going to work on that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and you. Awesome.
We cool with that. Like what I do love about it is what I love about everybody in here, whether they're earners or trappers, the idea that you actually invest in anyway is what's important to us. We can get you in the right place over the long term. The fact that you in the market, remember my saying is time in the market is better than timing the market, right? So the fact that you in the market is amazing. We can work on technique on the long. It's like a boxer. As long as he got the heart to fight, we can give him the skills later on. He or she got the heart to fight. We can work on your jab and your left hook along the way.
No, I appreciate that. Great question.
That's
Great
big
question.
time.
So
That's big time.
yeah, we're gonna close it out. But before we finish, so we're gonna give away the last 1,000. We gave away the first 1,000. We gave away the last 1,000. But before we do that, Trap, tell us about the Blue Magic, the family pack situation.
Y'all away money?
Yeah.
All right, so
throwing it in the air.
I need to give away 1,000 too, then, bro.
You want to give away $1,000?
Yeah.
All right. So at the end, please do not. Don't wait. No.
No, don't start yet. Don't start yet.
Not yet.
I got something better. I got something better, bro. I got something better.
Okay.
I'm gonna give one person an early leisure scholarship, man. It's on me, man.
I appreciate that.
That's better than money, man. That's better than money.
That's big time.
I'm trying to feed your family, man.
How are you gonna pick the person?
I'm gonna let y'all do it, man.
I got my people on it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all do it, man.
Yeah, Janice and I.
All right, we're gonna have Janet in the YouTube. She's gonna pick somebody in YouTube, and they're gonna.
Let me know. I'll buy somebody EY. That way we just, because that's what the family pack is all about. That's what the wealth pack is all about. If I give you money and you don't know what to do with it, you're gonna blow the money. You know what I'm saying? If we give your kids $1 million and your kids don't know what to do with it, and they're gonna waste $1 million, right? But if you teach them how to fish, and if you teach them how to feed themselves, and you teach them how to feed the next generation, now we can turn our last names into an asset, and that's what that's all about for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the family pack, that's what the wealth pack, that's what the plug generation is, generational wealth is all about. It's a blueprint, it's a manual, it's a guide, right, on how to actually like teach our families how to build wealth, but not just how to build it, but how to sustain it, how to secure it. You feel what I'm saying? So one of the things is, like, that's why we go over the different types of trust. It's not about getting the money. It's about learning how to protect the money. It's like Aretha Franklin, man, Queen sold, her empires were $85 million, but when she died, it was instantly cut in half. It was worth $42 million. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to work hard. We don't want to get it out the mud to get the money and leave it to our kids, and then they done got caught up in probate. You know what I'm saying? Our estate caught up in probate. the courts got our money tied up, right? So that's what this about. It's about showing us how to invest in these growth stocks, how to set these custodial accounts up, learning the difference between the two types of custodial accounts, learning how to use the 529 plan. Like, that's that's what we doing, yo. Like, and it's like we said before, man, like for a year and some change, we've been just giving stocks, right? That's cool. We've been giving stocks for a year and some change. All right, cool. Now let's teach you how to really build wealth. Like, let's show you why, you know, Jeff Bezos made $3 billion in a day. Let's show you why Elon Musk increased his value by 100 million just year to date from January 1 till now. And he's not going to lose that. It's the reason why they can give up what's called that pledge to give all their wealth back. It's the reason why they do all this. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why they do this. And so now we got to stop being consumers, right? We got to start being earners. You know what I'm saying? We got to start.
All pun intended.
All pun. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we here for, man. That's what the Wealth Pack is all about. It's about educating the culture in a way that's different than anybody. This not, I promise y'all, yo, there's nothing like this. There's nothing. Literally, like if you look on my post today, somebody said, bro, I think this is your best work ever. I went into that knowing my intention was different. Like I said, we've been giving away stocks for a year and a half now. If you just took some of the free game that myself and Ian, Rashad, you just took some of the stocks we gave y'all within the last year or 6 months, then you up 50, 60, 70% easy. But when people got to ask things like, when do I sell? How do I find a stock? And I mean, we got to go back in the lab and we got to touch the people on a whole different level, right? If people don't know about insurance, we got to go talk about it on a whole different level, right? If people don't know, like that's one of the things we got set up in there. I literally took, and I'm going to just say this because I know Rashad and them, I took a whole 2 families and I took their whole trust setup, put it on a screen share and walked through it bit like Troy, it took me an hour just going by people. Troy was like, trap. I'm like, give me some water, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can see, understand how this happens, right? And what we need to do. Wealthy people put the blueprint out there for us. The problem is we so caught up with being entertained, we forget to get educated. So now we give you all 42 plus modules, 5 hours worth of just time to get educated. You want to do something with your family? Turn the TV off, put your computer on, and tap into that Wealth Pack, man.
Bro, 42, right?
And it's a guarantee how to make your kid a millionaire too.
Big fact.
Don't forget that.
Hearing you say it, it's like, yo, it was 42 miles. That's so crazy.
Where can they get? I'm gonna put the link in on him, pin it. It's called Trappin' IN with EYL. It's on our website also, and I'm gonna pin it in YouTube. So Trap was doing 75% off for the first 200 people, which that actually expired, but he re-upped that for the next 200 people. So 75% off for the next 200 people, and then after that runs out, I think it's gonna be 50% off. It's still gonna be a discount, but the Black Friday 75% is just like a first come first serve.
Yeah.
What do they gotta do they got DMU plug? Is that what?
So if y'all just because I like the trapper in me will always be alive. Right? It ain't going nowhere. I still like to serve hand to hand. I still like to put it in a bag, put it on a scale, and give it to you.
All 4 corners?
All 4 corners in the bag, man. You already know. So if you just want, you won't get it from the plug himself, DM me on Instagram the word plug. And I was up last night till a minute, like shipping, like getting the trappers in, and then today, I just, with me running around, some people fell short. So me being a man of my word, I felt like we had to at least give another 200 people a shot because of my flow. You know what I'm saying? Because of my error. So I'm always about manning up. So DM me the word plug. I got my phone right here by me, right? And so we gonna trap, man, for sure.
Real quick, chat with Charlie on YouTube. Email Janet at Earn Your Leisure. Chat with Charlie. You're gonna be a new earner and be part of EYL University. Chat with Charlie from YouTube. Email Janet at Earn Your Leisure. We're gonna get you right in.
All right, the moment you all been waiting for is about to get extremely ignorant in here. So before we do that, EYL University, code EYL 50 for 50% off. Trapping with EYL. That's an IN. Go to the website or DM Trap the word plug. Now, the last $1,000 will be thrown up in the air. Little Uzi Vert style. Drop your cash apps.
Good luck with that.
Let's do it.
Yo, be safe out there tomorrow.
Be safe out there. Make sure you wear your mask.
Yeah, COVID is still real out here, man. Make sure that you abide by the guidelines, wear a mask. But, you know, if you're spending time with your family, make sure that everybody's safe and make sure that you count your blessings and be really aware of what you're thankful for in this year.
How are we going to get the people from?
I got it. I already got it. We good.
You got 10?
Yeah, she gave me 5 and then she about to give me another 5. So I got their cash apps.
Yeah, we about to spread some love the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
Nothing says you love me like money. Education, actually. You can say
what's Shotty on right now? I think it's the
I'm telling you, yo, bro. Since he put the silk suit on, bro, he been on one.
I feel like the range, man. I'm telling you.
That's real talk, man.
He said I need a silk suit.
I ain't gonna lie, I like this Shotty right here, man. I like this. Spicy, you hear me?
Real spicy.
Oh man. All right,
we got 10.
We got it. We got 10, man.
You got your 10. I got my 10.
Yeah, I got 10 in YouTube. We got 10 in EYL University Zoom. We're gonna send $100. We sending that out right now too. So y'all ain't thinking we capping. You can repost it in your stories if you want. But once again, man, we thank you guys for rocking with us.
As always.
Enjoy the holiday with your family, whether you celebrate, Thanksgiving or not. It's a day to just, take some time out and just be thankful for whatever you have. You have a blessing, and there's always somebody less fortunate than you. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, don't forget if you are fortunate enough to pass a blessing on, help somebody else out, because there's a lot of people that's struggling right now. Like I said, financially, mentally, emotionally, it's been a difficult year for a lot of people. And you never know what somebody is going through. You never know what your family members going through. You never know what your friends, you never know what your neighbors going through. So sometimes, just hello, how you doing? How's everything going? You never know how that can change a person's whole day. It might actually save their life. So make sure you check out episode 110 out right now. Make sure you check out Market Mondays out right now. Make sure you check out Trapping Tuesdays. We was on that yesterday out right now. And then Friday, of course, that was dope. And then on Friday, we got Study Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out on the podcast outlets. And once again, thank you for making us. What comes after Quadruple?
Is it what's 5? I don't know.
Sync Quick Blue.
What?
Whatever.
But now we 5 times platinum in the streets.
Whatever comes after Quadruple, that's what we are, man.
5 times platinum.
5 times platinum.
Listen, I need.
Hey, somebody recording this. They're gonna put this on IG.
I need
quintuplet.
Yeah, we quintuple. Yeah, I was thinking quintuplet. We quintuplet out in the streets. 5 million downloads.
Quintuplet platinum.
I need this shot of the show every time. Like real time. I don't want the old dude back at all. I got to give you a lifetime supply of them black silk jumpers. That's what I'm.
Nah, Shotty came out tonight. They be saying Rashad a lot, but Shotty came out tonight. Yeah. Oh, bro. Yo, can I go get something real quick?
What?
Can I go get it?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna go get it. Hold the yo, Trap, stay right there. I'm gonna go up real quick. I gotta bring something down. All right?
Yeah.
I gotta show you something. Yeah.
Let's pay homage to 2 of the greatest rappers to ever come out of Atlanta.
On, man. Come on, you see it.
Let's pay. They say that they say we show New York too much love. We're East Coast biased, but you see what's behind me. We got none other than the legendary Trap Music. Change the Game. Trap Music, one of my favorite albums of all time. It's the first time I listened to an album from the South and really paid attention. And T.I. was the first person to say trap music, and he literally invented trap music. T.I. invented trap music. I'm gonna say that.
Nah,
and then of course Jeezy, Big Trap,
Big Snow,
Big Snow, Motivation, Thug Motivation 101, changed the game a whole lot. And that was it's dope to see both of their progressions in life from where they started. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
EYL University varsity jacket. We got Earn Your Leisure right here.
Oh.
What did he say though?
Trapper.
That's a fact. We got one for MG the Mortgage Guy.
Hall of Fame edition.
And we got one for Ian also. We got one for Ian, MG the Mortgage Guy. And we're gonna get a couple others, but that was the first. That's the start.
Nah. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Do
that.
No, we was gonna try to get it for the episode, but it got delayed. It's all good.
Hall of Fame
Hall
edition.
of Fame edition, bro.
Yeah. We waiting on Ian's and we waiting on MG's, and I just got mine.
My wife wearing mine right now. You probably gonna see her on IG tonight. She wearing it right now.
That's the starting five. That's the starting five, and then we're gonna give a couple other of our favorite people some jackets. Those jackets are actually on sale right now on earnyourleisure.com. That's swag sold separately.
I like it, bro. I just want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all, man. That's love, man.
and we got one for Miss Business also.
We gotta put a number 8 on hers.
Yeah.
I feel like you just fronted me a brick, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be like the Beyonce. It's gonna be like the Beyonce package. We're just gonna start sending them in the mail. We're gonna start sending them in the mail to the various alumni. You got to be an alumni to get that though.
It's the only way.
You can get it from the website, but from that standpoint,
yeah. But that's a special edition.
That's like the Hall of Fame jacket.
Yeah, that's the yellow jacket. That's the green jacket. If you got the Masters, that's what that is right there. It's like Chaining Day.
Yeah.
2-episode Hall of Fame edition.
Yeah, man.
Listen, man, back to back, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, I just appreciate y'all just, you know, us building like the way we building, the mission that we on. Man, the culture ain't gonna, the people, you know, Rashad don't like to say the culture, man. The people, man, they don't know what we got going, man. But man, we got a shift going on that's like nothing else, man. And I'm telling y'all, I'm glad to be a part of it, man. And I'm glad y'all, you know, I can be my unique self all the time. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all, man. I appreciate for everything y'all do. I appreciate the brotherhood more than anything else, man. I appreciate the brotherhood. I come to New York, I feel like see, y'all sleep on me because I know New York music. That's what BB. I told y'all I know about Nori, and so y'all started had a different kind of respect for me after that. You know what I told you about the War Report. Y'all had a different type of respect for me after that, bro. So I just want to say, man, I appreciate that, man, for sure, man.
Nah, man. Appreciate you, brother. We're gonna wrap this up, but if anybody has a PS5, once again,
that's what we doing.
Yeah, please DM me. I'm trying to buy a PS5 for my son.
What if he watching?
He knows I'm trying to buy it for him.
Oh, all right.
Retail price. Yes. The one that costs $500.
That's the one that doesn't take a disc. You got to download it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one he needs.
Be responsible, ladies and gentlemen.
And DM him if you find an Xbox out there. DM that too, so I can get one. Good luck. Appreciate it. DM Shotty.
Like I said, you gotta be balanced. Family pack, PS5.
Yeah, both.
But if you got to choose one, family pack is more important. I got mine.
We live in it.
That's a fact.
We live in the family pack. Hey, yo, Trap, my brother. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow to say happy Thanksgiving, but always love my guy. Take care of the family over here in New Orleans.
Yep, man, that's what I'm here for, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Definitely enjoy the vibe. We got a link, man. Listen, man, everybody in this should get the family pack, man. It's a game changer for sure.
All right, YouTube, we are out. We love you. EYL earners, we love you. Thank you, Janet. Appreciate you on the picking of the people and all that you do. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Small. Shout out to Bam. Shout out to the whole EYL team.
EYL University, man, the best in the business.
Yeah, you heard. That's a big fact. Everybody have a great night and have a healthy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves.